Hello everyone, my name is Rajesh Kumar and I'm your DevOps SRE DevSecOps coach. I have close to 18 plus years of experience working in multiple MNCs around the globe and having in-depth knowledge of DevOps, SRE and DevSecOps. So I would like to introduce you one certification program in a DevOps, and that is we call it DevOps Certified Professional. Now this is a 2 months of program, 25 tools of DevOps you will learn, and apart from that you will also get the access to the LMS, lifetime access to the videos portal. It's a certification program, and you will have 25 assignments and 2 projects along with it. It's a completely weekend program, so here you have classes on Saturday and Sunday. So as part of this course, you will learn multiple things. Here you see that you will learn Linux, AWS, Docker, Jira, Confluence, Python, Git with GitHub, SonarQube, Maven, Gradle, Packer, Artifactory, Selenium, JMeter, Ansible, Kubernetes, Helm, Terraform, Jenkins, Datadog, Splunk, and Neuralink. Now, how do we, apply for this? So how can you reach out to us? So you have a WhatsApp number and email ID. So please reach out to us, and we'll help you to onboard this program. Apart from this DevOps certified professional programs, we are offering other certifications as well in a DevSecOps, SRE, and one of the very comprehensive programs which we have is in Master in DevOps Engineering. Yeah, so feel free to get in touch with us and then enroll for it. Thank you.
For everything which you want to the matrix which you want to store in the Prometheus. So what will happen? This exporter will make that one endpoint just like I explained last time, and from there you can configure the Prometheus to scrap it, delete it, and interval it can be 15 seconds, 20 seconds, 25 seconds, and so on. So all of you understood the concept of exporter, all of you?
Yeah, understood, Manish. Yes.
Yeah. So
So,
now, yeah, tell me.
sorry. So, this exporter, how frequently are the changes made to the exporter? Any idea?
Okay, so how frequently the changes made to the exporter endpoints, right?
Yes, correct. So, say today we set up, right? So, again, like say in a month or, what is your suggestion? Like, say if we have multiple exporters set up in an environment, right? So, environment will have multiple. So, how do we keep a track of all these and how do we make sure they're up to date as a process? Your just thought actually, or what do you suggest?
Um, what you can do, there's a monitoring endpoint monitoring tool. You can do that. Let's say this is the endpoint, right? And this is the endpoint. So whether it's available or not, you can use API monitoring, endpoint monitoring, and something like that. So, in fact, Prometheus can also do that. Prometheus self can also do that. This I'll show you in some time.
Okay,
Okay.
thanks.
So now this got completed, but it took some time. Not sure why it's taking time. Okay. So now I set up the two exporter. Now the question is, how can I configure in Prometheus? So you have to go to the Prometheus, and here you have to set up in the YAML file. Okay, look at this. So here, earlier, if you look at the fresh installations, you will have only this part. Okay, so in the last sessions I had added this one, Linux. Okay, and I added this one also, Apache. So here, this is the real IP address where the real Linux matrix is available. This name can be anything. Job name, it can be anything. This is the anything. Now here, this is the target. If you have a multiple Linux, you can use separated by comma and all. So this is the one job. Okay, so remember, this is the way you can do that. Now, by default, this scheme is HTTP. Scheme is HTTP. But if you think no, there's some URL HTTPS, so you have to change the schemes and colon space HTTPS. And by default, each URL which you see, each IP address and port number, the path on which the scrapping will happen is matrices. So that's the reason you might notice. See here, if you see, this is matrices. See here. Here also Apache, if you see, this is the matrices. This is the by default. But if you think sometime, if it is a different path, then you can configure that for that particular job, matrix path colon space matrices, something like that. You can do that very much. So these are the configurations you can do that. So this is for the Linux. This is the different machines which is not working right now, okay, not live. And this is for Apache. This machine is up right now, just now, because it's the same machine, and this machine is not up. So this is the way you can add it. So more configurations, more scrap configurations if you want to add it. Keep a job name, and targets. Are you comfortable with this?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the configurations. So now you modify this configuration because I have made it. So you kill that Prometheus. How can you kill this? So ps hyphen ef grep prom. Okay, so this is the PID. Kill that. If you have a service, then you can stop the service and then modify this Prometheus file, and after modification you should check that Prometheus file. So how can you check this? So check the syntax using, there is a commands which you can use it, and that is config prometheus.yaml. See, so prometheus.yaml checking the prometheus.yaml success and stuff like that. So this rules, whatever is there, I'll explain you later. Okay, so done. And after that you can start that, so same way as I tried last way, um, here, done. And I'll check the Prometheus is running or not. I see it's running and good. So now after that Prometheus, you come back and first check that status target. Do you have a target? See, one Apache is running out of two. So second target, the one which is there, which is down. I'm not making up. Okay. So that is a one Apache is down, up, one is down. Linux, one is up, one is down, which is self. And Prometheus also is monitoring self. Okay. On which port number? 9090, and URL is Prometheus. You want to check this? 9090, this is the matrix. So this is a Prometheus matrix, so they are monitoring themselves also. Okay, so here you have a target, and you see this is the default labels. You did not provide it. These two labels will get added. By the way, you can add more tag also if you want to the each target. Okay, so every time these two labels will be added to each data, which is called instance, which is the target itself and the job name. And but if you want to add it more, then key value, key colon space value format, you can add more labels actually. And last scrap, you see scrap durations and some error if you have. So are you able to understand this now, target and exporter concept, and how do we test it and all?
Yeah. And which time series DB it uses?
Time series every 15 seconds.
I will it store this information in some files for now or any
Uh,
database?
so all this information by default it will be storing in the this locations right now, which you
Okay, on
can
the file system.
customize or yeah, right now. But and this is stored in the wall format. This is the wall format, uh, and all stuff like that. So this is the chunking that based on the durations. Okay, so now you understood the Prometheus and understood how to enable the exporter. Now here you can see the configuration file also, which prometheus.yaml, and here you can see which are the command line options which you can pass it, or options are available. I have not used none of this actually, but you can use it if you want to customize at the greater level. Now, how can I validate whether some data is coming or not? So you have to query. So let's say Apache. See here, all data is coming. Apache info, execute. See the value 1. Okay. Now you see here, Apache uptime, how long this Apache is running. So up 1, how many Apache? Here you see how many workers in Apache which is executing. See 9 and 1. So idle you have total 10 worker is there. Out of which 1 is busy in Apache and 9 is idle. Okay. So this way you can filter it actually. This way you can filter it. This will be very useful for you. Now, do we have a Linux data? So we call it node. Node underscore anything which you see is a Linux data. So let's say file system. These are the file system you have in the node. So I have a boot, run. These are the one tempfs, hd1, and this is the one. Here you, this is the size of it. Are you able to understand that?
Rajesh, where's the timestamp when this data got collected?
So timestamp, yeah. Uh, this data which you see is a series of data, and the last data which you see here is coming. Uh, Timestamp for that, uh, you have to use one query, mm, total series of matrix in Prometheus. Mm, Actually, there is a one functions for it. I'm not able to recall it. You can say from 10 minutes or something like that. So histogram. Mm, Let me access my notes only from QL. So yeah, so I think uh, scrap duration. There's a matrix for it, which will tell you. Mm, I'll find out. Okay, I'm not able to recollect that matrix, which will tell you that all the time series.
Maybe
So
Grafana will better tell us the
yeah,
times. Yeah.
yeah. That will tell us, because in Grafana, that's the beauty of Grafana. There
Okay.
immediately when you load the Prometheus, they will tell you all the series.
Thank
So
you.
here, this is the matrix. So here, if you see, this is the matrix. These all are the tag and labels, and this is the value. Okay. It should be very popular. Hmm, I'll find out this one later. Okay, there's a matrix for it. There's one matrix for it. Okay, so now we have configured and we validated also. All this thing is coming. Apache is coming. Prometheus, all which is default. Prometheus automatically will come. So here maybe that matrix will come. Let me find out. Total.
If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@debugschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video.
Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest.
Thanks for watching.